for football now from Empower Field at Mile High here in Denver. Today, we've got a good one on tap. It's the Green Bay Packers and the Denver Broncos. Mike Tirico along with Greg Olsen. That's Brandon McManus to get this one underway. And off we go here from Mile High. He'll get this up to the 28-yard line. Nice place for the drive to start. So the Broncos come out, and Greg, they are led by their QB of the future. Found their guy with the 6th quarterback selection in the 2024 draft. Second season now for Bo Nix.
You know, you think back, Mike, to a year ago, 6 quarterbacks taken in the first round of the NFL draft, and Bo Nix was probably the least heralded coming out of college, but was able to lead his team to the playoffs, and he really did it by earning his job out of training camp, and he never looked back. 29 touchdown passes, the most ever by a rookie in Broncos history.
They'll try again after the incompletion. It's 2nd and 10. Now they'll set up the screen for Harvey. Woo! And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield. That pickup, good for 29 yards.
That's good.
And this is what modern-day running back looks like in the NFL. They want to be able to activate these players in the passing game, no different than they do with the tight ends and the wide receivers. When you look out there and you have a mismatch, you have a linebacker or a safety on your running back, he's expected to win. And that's exactly what he did here.
And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
2nd and 5 at the 38-yard line.
A run with the Central Florida product, R.J. Harvey. And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. Now, following the play, we're going to get a stoppage. There's an injured Bronco. So as they look at the injured player, we'll take a timeout. A fresh set of downs to work with. It is 1st down and 10. From the shotgun, here's Nix. That one out of the reach of the receiver's outstretched arms. It is incomplete. He was looking for Marvin Mims there. And it'll lead to a 2nd down. Working out of the gun, it's Nix. He's got his receiver. It's Cortland Sutton. He is out of bounds. They have worked it inside the 50. Number 14 with a pickup of 14. And a 1st down.
They've done a nice job spreading the ball around. Make the defense have to account for as many different weapons as possible here early. But think back to our conversation with this coaching staff, Mike. They identified this guy.
He bought all the time he could, but he's going to be taken down as he couldn't get a throwaway.
Feels like they needed that sack. This entire drive, it feels like the defense was really on their heels. The offense was taking it to them really however they wanted to. So to be able to take a deep breath now, disrupt the rhythm of the drive by getting that sack, that might go a long way now to allow them to get off the field.
Work to do now as they come up on 2nd and long. throwing. Nix to the left side, into the hands of Franklin. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up third down.
Third down and in.
Back to throw is Nix. They'll look to set up the screen here. And the Broncos are looking at a first and goal. He takes it all the way down to the 2.
It's a gain of 14 yards. And the Broncos first down. First and goal at the 2-yard line.
Well, this is how you dream up the opening script. You get the ball first, and you want to go down and set the tone for the rest of the game. Well, it looks like the coaches did a great job when they built that script during the week. With that big-time throw, they got a shot.
And he barrels his way into the end zone. Tyler Bidet. Touchdown, Denver. A terrific way to start this one. Not only a touchdown, but a nice long march down the field. Makes it a long walk back to the bench for the defense.
Mike, that's about as good as you can imagine starting a game offensively. To be able to sustain that many plays and be able to cap it off with a touchdown, that is a dream start for this offense.
Will Lutz now for the PAT. The kick is good. Broncos will take a 7-0 lead.
Packers nothing.
So now after the touchdown, Lutz going to send this one away. Safe kick taken at the 5. And a solid run back there. He'll get this out past the 30-yard line. So the Packers come out, and they are led by Jordan Love, who followed Aaron Rodgers after playing apprentice for a couple of seasons. And now for Love, it is his 3rd season as the Green Bay starter. Now the first carry of the game for Josh Jacobs. And he'll work this forward to the 35. Alex Singleton there on the tackle. Now it looks like we have an injured Packer player on the field. As the athletic training staff looks at him, we'll step away for a moment. From the 35, here's 2nd and 6. They'll run with Emmanuel Wilson. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
You could just see the frustration on the running back's face as he's getting helped up off the ground. Like there was just nowhere to go from the moment he was handed the ball. Give credit to the defense. Great job.
3rd and 6. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. This one just too far for the receiver, out in front of him. That one falls incomplete. Trying to connect with Romeo Doubs that time. And it's going to lead to 4th down. On 4th down, the Packers turn it over to Daniel Whelan to punt. The Broncos have Marvin Mims out for the return. Taken at the 19. And he's going to be brought down after a short return. And that's where his team will get possession of the football. The Broncos offense ready to possess the football for the 2nd time. They lead 7-0 thanks to the touchdown on the opening drive. So try to double up here. As they begin this drive 1st and 10. And he'll get nothing here. Back to the line of scrimmage, and that's all.
No gain on the play.
Heck of an effort by this runner, Mike, just to get back to the line of scrimmage. I think most backs around the league, that play would have resulted in a loss, but not this guy. Continued to fight, continued to do everything he could to prevent the loss, but it still stopped for no gain.
Got a man over the middle. There's Sutton. And they'll work this close to a first down, maybe just a tad short.
A gain of 9 brings up 3rd and 1.
3rd and a yard. They'll go with the sneak. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. And that's it.
That's good for a Broncos first down. 1st and 10 at the 37-yard line.
Line of scrimmage is the 37-yard line for 1st and 10. To throw is Nix. Left side. That's complete. It's Sutton. And he's close to another first down as he's brought down just shy of the marker.
He's made his presence felt throughout this opening quarter. They better figure out a way to slow him down defensively. Otherwise, he's in store for a monster game.
2nd and inches. Now Nick's going to look to throw. On the move left. And he does a nice job to avoid the initial wave. They're going to get him down behind the line.
Brings up 3rd down.
I'm sure there's a lot of naysayers saying, come on, coach, it's 2nd and inches. Just pick up the first down and keep the ball on the ground. I actually like the idea of passing it there, Mike. So often you gain some of your best pass plays in those run situations. But now after losing a little bit of yardage, do they keep it in the air again? Or do they just...
The pressure's going to get there again. He's forced down once more.
I'm always curious how defenses come back on the field after allowing a touchdown on the previous possession. And so far, I'm liking what I see. There's no heads being held low. There's no dwelling and thinking back to that last drive. They've come out and completely dominated this next possession.
On 4th down, out is the rookie 6th-round pick, Jeremy Crawshaw, to kick it away. This brought in out past the 20. And it turns out to be a very nice return as he's finally escorted out of bounds.
At the 50-yard line.
The Packers offense ready to see what they can do on their second possession. They'll start with great field position right at midfield with a first down. They bring a tight end in motion left. Now Jacobs. Room to run at the 35. A terrific run there. He's finally taken down at the 25-yard line. 25 yards, the pickup there. Good for a Green Bay first down.
It's a gain of 25 yards.
It's definitely nice to have one of those bruising, punishing backs to kind of help wear down the defense. And I'll tell you what, you can give me a flat-out electric runner like this guy any day of the week. He can turn on those jets, get in that high gear, and he is gone.
Riley Moss there defensively.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. From the gun, it's Love. A dive, but too far out in front of him. Incomplete. He was trying to connect with Matthew Golden that time. And 3rd down coming up.
It's just a matter of time. I don't care how good you are or how good a hand you have. You are going to drop passes. It is inevitable in the NFL. But it's the guys that don't let one drop pass lead to 2. They have the ability to put it behind them, move forward, and they can't wait.
That is going to be home in. He's got it. Romeo Dobbs. Touchdown, Packers.
All week, we're going to see this play be run over and over as a highlight of the quarterback and the receiver. But, Mike, the part that people don't give enough credit to, in order to get a downfield shot, you have to have time, and what a great job by the offensive line, allowing the quarterback to be comfortable enough in the pocket, let those deeper routes develop, be on time and accurate with the ball, and that's why this play is going to be a highlight all week. Let's give the big guys up front some credit.
Brandon McManus now to add the extra point. He gets it to go, and the Packers will tie things up at 7-7 here in the opening quarter. So back to level after the touchdown. Time for the kickoff. This one taken at the 7. A good return as he takes it across the 30. The Broncos offense and running back R.J. Harvey heading back to the field. And he has been the focal point of this offense. When you get a performance like this, you can almost invariably know the offensive line's been stellar. And they have been so far. He finds a seam, a good run, up past the 40. Let's give him 9 on that one.
The best running backs, Mike, they have a really good balance between executing the play that's designed, but then every so often they just have to trust their instincts, and sometimes that's the best plays. That's where the big home run shots come from, and when you have a talented back, you want to give them that freedom.
Again, it's Harvey, and he'll be stacked up at the line of scrimmage.
It's a gain of a yard, and the Broncos first down. 1st and 10 at the 41-yard line.
They'll come up here, 1st and 10. A run once more, that's Harvey. This defense all over this one. They get him down behind the line. It's a loss of a couple.
It's a loss of 2. Brings up 2nd and 12 at the 39-yard line.
Last play went the wrong way. It sets up 2nd and long. It's 2nd down and 12. Throwing is Nix. And that one's incomplete, but a late flag comes in. Looked like he might have gotten there early. The RPO, that one is complete. And no chance to turn and go. That one's good for just a couple.
A 3-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 7 at the Packers' 45-yard line.
Ball spotted at the 45. Here's 2nd down and 7. On the give, this is Harvey. Maybe a couple there. It's 3rd down.
He was brought down by Javon Bullard. It's a gain of 2. Brings up 3rd and 5.
They'll throw. It's Nix. And on 3rd down, that ball incomplete.
It just seems like the offense gets in their own way, and whether it's a penalty or a drop or whatever the case may be, it's these self-inflicted wounds. They've got to stop if this unit ever wants to reach their full potential.
Here's Jeremy Crawshaw now, as they'll say no to the long field goal and hope to pin them deep. A fair catch signals, and they'll have it just outside their own 20. Out comes the Green Bay offense now as they get set to take over again. All even here in this opening quarter. And the drive will begin with 1st down. They'll start on the ground with Jacobs. Nice gain here. He's going to be marked down at the 35-yard line. 13 yards to start that drive. And a quick 1st down.
Really nice explosive play there on the ground, and tell you what, for these fans sitting in the stadium, they're not used to seeing their home team pushed around, so continue to be physical at the line of scrimmage, mix in the runs with the pass, and if they can continue to generate these big, I don't think they need to go away from it.
Leads to 2nd and 10 at the 35-yard line.
Second and 10. On play action, Love. That's over the middle and intercepted. Picked off by Talanoa Hufanga.
You know, Mike, anytime a team can go nickel or dime and come off the field with an interception, I just am constantly reminded of the importance of defensive back depth when you're building an NFL roster. I mean, think back. This is not the old NFL base 3-4, base 4-3. Offenses are going to roll out 2, 3, 4 high-level wide receivers at you in this pass-first modern era. If you can't roll out 5 DBs and all of them hold their own and be trusted to hold up, you are going to struggle defending these pass-first modern offenses.
And they bring him down, but not until they get inside the 30-yard line. A pickup of 14 on that one. First down, Broncos.
First down.
The trend around the league, Mike, is that we've seen that running back has really turned into a young man's game. And there's something to be said for having some fresh legs, fresh out of college. They love the dynamic ability this guy brings to their rushing attack, and it's clear why.
That one just too far out in front, and it's incomplete. Cortland Sutton, the intended receiver, and it'll bring up second down.
On the coverage.
Handoff now for Harvey. And he's going to be brought down just outside the 10-yard line. What a pickup, a gain of 18. And it sets up first and goal.
First down. First down and goal to go.
A touchdown apiece here in the first quarter of play. Pair of sevens on the scoreboard. Greg and I back in Denver in just a moment. The Broncos in possession of the football to begin the second quarter. They'll have to go the full 10 yards. It's first and goal as we are ready to get back underway. And that's over everybody out of the back of the end zone. It is incomplete.
Down in here in the low red zone, Mike, these windows are just so short. The field's a lot wider than it is deep, so it really changes the scheme and the progression of the quarterback, and nowhere really to go with the ball, and falls incomplete.
Now, a second down throw for Nix. And the defense trying to tighten down here. They're going to hold him to a gain of 3. That's going to set up third and goal.
Gain of 3 yards. It's now third and goal.
Here's Nix to throw. He'll try to run for it.
You could tell that this defense was ready for this exact play call. They know that they're going to give their quarterback a chance both through the air and on the ground with his legs. They do a nice job stopping him short of the goal line to force fourth down.
Well, a field goal would break the tie, but instead the offense stays out there. They're going to go for it on fourth and goal. On fourth down, here's Nix. And this will pay off. It is caught. Evan Ingram. Touchdown, Broncos.
You know, Mike, I think we're going to see a lot of this, and you know why? It's the new kickoff rule. So think about it. In the old days, you'd kick a field goal, you'd kick a touchback, and your opponent would have the ball on the 20. You didn't give up as much field position, but you only got 3 points. Nowadays, you go for 3 points and you kick a touchback. They get the ball on the 35. It's almost 30 yards of field position. You're just better off going for touchdowns when you get in here tight.
Here's Lutz now for the extra point. He knocks it through. And the Broncos will move out to a 14-7 lead.
14. Packers 7.
So now, after the touchdown, Lutz going to send this one away. Now return coming from the 7. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. Josh Jacobs and the Packers offense heading back onto the field. They trail now 14-7 as they'll come up for 1st and 10. On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And not much there. Good defense. Held to no gain.
Well, nothing doing here. I think you can see pretty early on. Now, while he's trying to remain patient and see if a hole pops, it's just too slow of a developing play. He never gets into the teeth of the defense at all and ends up being taken down for a loss.
Throwing on 2nd down, Love. That one on target to Watson. And they will bring him down on the other side of midfield.
7 yards.
A gain there of 27 yards.
1st and 10 at the 47-yard line.
And that was just a simple read that time. He knew his guy was going to come open in the middle of the field based on the look they gave. All he had to do was let the play develop and then deliver a strike to pick up the 1st down.
And he finds some space, tackled after a gain of 7 on 1st down.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3 at the Broncos' 40-yard line.
Ball on the 40 now. Here's 2nd and 3. Once again, it's Jacobs. And he'll work his way for about 4 yards. That's good enough for a 1st down.
And the offensive line does a really nice job winning this play at the point of attack. And once he got the ball, all he had to really do was just find a crease and hit it, and he's able to pick up the 1st down.
Here's 1st and 10. A good play action with Love. Little short pass here, caught by his tight end. And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
The drag route is such a good way to get the ball early into the hands of your tight end and take some pressure off the quarterback and give him an easy completion. The size and the athleticism allows them to try to pick up more yards, but do it after the catch.
A 2nd down throw for Love. Here's a screen taken in by Jacobs. And they'll hold him to a gain of just a couple and sets up 3rd down.
Just a little slow developing on that screenplay there. It was pretty obvious to the entire defense exactly what was going on. Nobody was thinking pass. Nobody was getting back into their drops, and just nowhere for that back to go.
A carry here for Wilson.
Emmanuel Wilson, the ball carrier.
Well, we have an early decision here, Mike. How aggressive does this coach want to be on this 4th down try? I think you got to keep your offense out there. You have a prime opportunity to take the fight to them, extend this drive, and hopefully be able to come away with points.
The field goal unit staying put. They're going to line up and go for this on 4th down. Here's Love. He'll keep this himself. Oh, he's hit behind the line, and the ball is out. And it will be recovered by the offense, but ultimately doesn't matter because this is going to be a turnover on downs.
So even though they avoid the turnover, this is still a play that they're going to coach hard off of. They're going to bring guys into the meeting room next week and say, hey guys, we're not always going to be so fortunate. The ball is not always going to bounce our way. Anybody who handles the ball from the center to the quarterback to any of the ball carriers, the most important aspect of team offense is protecting the ball at all costs.
He'll be stopped after a pickup of about 3. Evan Williams is there for the stop.
Evan Williams. 4 yards on the pickup. 2nd and 6 at the 33-yard line.
From the 33, here's 2nd down and 6. Back to throw. That's caught by Harvey. And he's going to be brought down up past the 45. 14 on the pickup. Good for a Denver first down.
First down.
And this is so much of the skill sets that we're seeing around the league at the running back position. You don't want to have to sub your running back off the field, Mike, when you build what they call these empty or 5-wide sets. Can you keep your running back and run true receiver routes and be a threat? Because when you can, there's a lot of big plays to be made. Really good discipline by the defender. So he was the read of that RPO. So if he plays the run, it's a pass. If he plays the pass, it's a run. But he knew exactly what was coming. He kind of drew that pass, and he was there to make the play.
Off the play fake, here's Nix. That one down the field, but they cannot connect. And it's incomplete. Evan Ingram, the intended target. Now it's going to be 3rd down.
Quarterback's trying to give his big tight end a chance to go up and use that large catch radius, unable to connect. Little letdown here for the tight end community, Mike.
Nix from the gun. Off in trouble, and he's going to be taken down.
Having a dominant pass rush so often translates to wins. But that's hardly been the case here, Mike, and they're able to add another sack to their total before half, and that's great. But somehow they still find themselves trailing, and that's the only thing that matters.
Here's their punter now, as he's on to punt for Denver. And that is good coverage by the punt team as they meet him and bring him down.
Their own 16-yard
Josh
line.
Jacobs and the Packers offense heading back onto the field. In motion goes Dobbs. A run up the middle with Jacobs. Can he get away? No! He's going to be taken down behind the line.
Riley Moss on the tackle. It's a loss of a yard. Brings up 2nd and 11 at the 15-yard line.
Lost one on the last play, so now it's 2nd and 11. Now Love. Looking downfield, that's Musgrave, the tight end. First catch for him on the afternoon, and it results in a first down.
4 yards. And the Packers first down.
Just seems like every year, Mike, the tight end position just continues to grow within the passing game and establishes a bigger and bigger role. And listen, I know I'm biased, but if you want to have a good passing game, you better have a good tight end.
On first down, it's Love. He'll get that complete to Dontavian Wicks. And they're going to work this down inside the 45.
18 more yards.
First time these two have connected this afternoon, and it'll wind up being a first down.
These crossing concepts are frequently used, Mike, throughout the entire game, all across the league. And what it does is it creates a lot of natural rubs. You run out the backside of the defense and rely heavily on the yards after the catch, and that's exactly how they're able to pick up this big game. The decision whether to keep the ball or to hand it to the back happens so fast. In this case, the quarterback thinks it was a keep read. The defense was there ready to stop him. Tackle for loss.
On second down, Love. That is pulled in by Musgrave. And they're going to take this into the red zone to the 15-yard line.
A gain of 34
A
yards.
big gainer for Green Bay. It's a gain of 34.
First and 10.
And this offense is now really on the move, Mike, and it's the passing game that's leading the way. They've been able to march their way downfield thanks to this aerial attack, so don't expect them to go to the ground game anytime soon. If I'm this play caller, I'm continuing to lead on this, not only in this drive, but probably for the rest of this game.
Brings up second and 4.
They'll work now on second and 4. Here's Lowe to throw. He takes off, and he's into the end zone. Jordan Love, touchdown, Green Bay. That is second touchdown of the afternoon. That is a heartbreaker for the defense. They took away what he wanted to do in the air, Greg, but that scrambling ability gets him to the end zone for the touchdown.
And the reason he was able to take advantage with his legs here, Mike, is he made a fast decision realizing there was nowhere to go with the ball. The amount of guys the defense had in coverage took those passes away. He tucked the ball down, took advantage of the space, and he was able to take it all the way.
Extra point by McManus, up and good. And the Packers will tie things up. We are all even at 14. So back to level after the touchdown. And time for the kickoff. This one taken at the 7. He'll get this past the 20 before he's brought down shy of the 25-yard line. Back onto the field comes the Denver offense. They'll work in a tie game here in the second quarter and get started with first and 10. Drive starts on the ground, and this is Harvey. It's a pickup of about 3 to the 28-yard line.
It's a pickup of 3. Brings up second and 7.
They face second down and 7. From the shotgun, here's Nix. Micah Parsons gets him for a loss of 7. And now it's third down.
You can tell that all these hits, Mike, they're starting to add up. He just doesn't look comfortable. His eyes aren't downfield. You can see his feet aren't settled. When you get sacked this many times in a game, it's kind of hard to blame him, but he's definitely feeling it.
The Packers go ahead and use the first of their timeouts. They'll talk things over before third down.
Let's go right now. Come on, guys, you got this. Let's win. Get it together.
Wide on the RPO, and he'll be taken down as we tick down to the 2-minute warning.
It's fourth down.
On comes the punter now, as he'll punt it away for the 4th time today. Fair catch here, called for and made beyond the 30-yard line. Love to throw it on first down. Reaching for it, the tight end couldn't bring it in. It's incomplete. Luke Musgrave, the tight end, was the intended target there. It's second down.
So they're trying to get the ball out of the hand of the quarterback. That's the best way to slow down any good pass rush, but the accuracy and the run after catch is a critical part of the play. So when this ball is not thrown out in front, what they call the front shoulder pad throw, it makes it really hard for this slant route to get completed, and the ball's thrown so far behind him.
He'll get about 6 before he's taken down.
Running these underneath crossing routes, you wouldn't imagine lead to a lot of explosive plays, but when done right, if you can get the receiver in open space and get the ball in their hands, there's a lot of opportunity for big run after the catch and generate chunk plays.
That's into the hands of Wicks. He's got it. And he's down inside the 40-yard line. That's his third catch of this first half and good enough for a first down.
And that's an important conversion, not only because it keeps their offense on the field and now they can go down and see if they can steal some late points, but either way, worst case scenario, Mike, if you're the offense here, you want to possess the ball going into halftime. Don't give your opponent a chance to go down and score on you. So big pickup there. Now we'll see if they can turn it into some points.
On the pickup brings up 2nd and 2 at the Broncos' 30-yard line.
Here's 2nd and 2. That is Musgrave, the man in motion. Love out quickly to Dobbs. And he'll be brought down after a short pickup, but that is enough for a first down. Packers going to use their final timeout now as the clock is stopped with 35 seconds to go in this second quarter. So they come to the line for first down and 10. Out of the shotgun, it's Love. Oh, a huge mistake late in the half. It is intercepted.
And these are the throws that are really holding the offense back right now, Mike. He just has to make better decisions because you're not going to win many games when you turn the ball over at this rate.
The Broncos offense and running back R.J. Harvey heading back to the field. Nick snap on 1st and 10. Now they'll set up the screen for Harvey. And he's going to be marked down up around the 33. Now the Broncos going to use the first of their timeouts. And the stoppage comes with 23 seconds left on the first half clock.
1st and 10 at the 33-yard line.
So it'll be 1st and 10. They'll scrimmage at the 33. Working out of the gun, it's Nix. A throw left side there, not going to find the target. Incomplete. Troy Franklin, the intended target.
Brings up 2nd
and that will lead to a second down. To throw is Nix. He connects with Mims. Now a timeout, Denver. That's their second. And it'll come with 15 seconds to play in this first half.
3rd and 1.
They'll look to pick this up 3rd and a yard. Back to throw is Nix. That's complete. Taken in by Franklin. The Broncos going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout as they stop it with 11 seconds remaining in this first half.
That's just playing quarterback at a really high level, Mike. I mean, once he realizes his initial pre-snap read has changed, he just calmly goes through his progressions against this zone look. He ends up delivering a strike, and they keep the drive alive.
A first down throw for Nix. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
I know this play results in an incomplete pass, but I think this is a really good job by the quarterback. His clock was going off. He felt that rush. He had no immediate target to go to with the ball. Instead, throw it away. Don't take the sack. Live for another day.
57-yard attempt.
Lutz's kick is good. And the Broncos get 3 here late in the first half to take the lead.
Before every game, we see these kickers. They have a very set and clear routine. We're down there on the field a lot of the times when they're working through it. They start in close, and then they work their way progressively back towards midfield. They end up taking the last couple kicks right around the logo, and that routine certainly paid off here.
From the 35, it's 1st and 10. Throwing is Love. He'll take a shot for Watson. That's hard! And he's going to be taken down as time runs out on this first half of play.
Okay, Mike, thanks very much. Scott Hansen with you from the EA Studios in Orlando. This has been a heck of a game so far. Just a field goal separating these two squads. You have to imagine both sides are trying to figure out how to clean things up and put some touchdowns up in the second half. Let's find out what goes on in the third quarter. Back out to the stadium and our broadcast team, Mike Tirico and Greg Olson.
Okay, Scott, thanks a bunch. We'll see which team's adjustments will pay dividends here. Likely going to play a big role in who wins this one. 3 points, all that separates these two sides, as half number 2 kicks off. This will be returned from the 6. Oh, he's got room past the 30. Josh Jacobs and the Packers offense heading back onto the field. This one has been tight so far. A field goal separating the two sides as this drive kicks off with 1st and 10. Here's a handoff to Jacobs. And he's going to be taken down right at midfield. 18 yards. What a great way to start the drive. It's a first down.
The key to a good run game in the NFL, Mike, is the combination of yards before and after contact. The yards before, that's a testament to the scheme and the O-line. The yards after contact, that's an indication of the run.
He's going to be taken down at about the 30. He's got a touchdown on the books from earlier, and that catch gets him a first down.
Packers first down. It's a gain of 20 and a Packer first down.
You know, Mike, these crossing routes, you just see them being used more and more often. And really, it's because it's good against any defense. And what it does is it creates separation. It allows some of your best players to catch the ball on the move. And that short throw oftentimes turns into a long run.
And a nice run there on first down, getting 8. Setting up 2nd and 2.
At this point, we're going to need 2 hands to count for how many yards he's averaged in this one, Mike. But unfortunately, it just hasn't been enough to overcome the deficit here at this stage of the game.
Off the play fake. Here's Love. He'll be forced to just throw that one away. It's incomplete.
And I think that's the sign of a quarterback who's learned his lesson. He's already got 2 picks on the day. Certainly doesn't want to throw a third. So good decision. Just throw it away.
Now a 3rd and 2. We'll try to run it here with Jacobs. This will not do the trick. They've stopped him behind the line. 4th down coming up.
This is one of those down and distances where the offense really could either run or pass, but give credit to the defense. They sold out to stop the run, and boy, were they right. They take them down for a loss.
Brandon McManus and the field goal unit come on. This will be from 42 yards out. McManus's kick is good. And the Packers have tied it at 17.
So touchdowns are always the primary goal of every drive, but when you find yourself down 3 here in the second half, you've just got to find a way to tie the game up, and they were able to do that here.
So, a field goal ties things up, and we're back at it as this kicks away. From the 6, here comes a return, and it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Broncos offense and running back R.J. Harvey heading back to the field. Nix, now to throw it here on first down. That one incomplete. The defender right there to make the play, and it's second down.
Incomplete.
I feel like their quarterback, for the most part, has looked pretty solid. I mean, it's everybody else that seems to have let him down with the drop balls and the mistakes. That's really what's killing these drives.
The RPO, that one is complete. Well, it's brought down. That pass is going to pick up 4 and bring up third down.
Brings up 3rd and 5.
They'll throw. It's Nix. That one too far out in front. It is incomplete.
Incomplete. Keyshawn Nixon on the coverage.
And the Broncos bring out their punter. They'll kick it away. As he's on for the 5th time this afternoon. Forward a few yards on the return. That's where the offense will take over. The Packers offense ready to take over once again. They'll run it straight ahead with Jacobs. And a good piece of running there. He'll get about 9 yards past the 35-yard line.
Well, this is something we don't see every day, Mike. A team playing with a traditional I formation fullback. It's kind of a lost art in today's modern game, but in this case, highly effective. Great job by the fullback clearing out the path for his running back, and they're able to pick up the first down.
Looking down the field there, but it falls incomplete.
I really like this call, Mike. These are rundowns, 2nd and short. All right, what do most teams do? Just extend the drive, pick up a first down. This is prime opportunity for play pass, play action, trying to take a shot. Now, it falls incomplete, but you still have 3rd and potentially 4th down, and you only need a couple yards.
And it looks like he's got enough for the first down. Let's wait for the mark.
It's a gain of 2.
Yes, that run, that's enough to move the chain.
First down. 1st and 10 at the 40-yard line.
They'll come up 1st and 10 at the 40. He'll decide to keep this once more. And he'll get about 3 on that one. It'll be 2nd down.
Nice job by the defense. They had that one well read from the beginning, Mike. Someone's responsible for the running back, but the key here was the defender responsible for the quarterback. Stays with him, keeps him to a short gain.
From the 43, here's 2nd and 7. They'll run out of the gun with Jacobs. And not much there. He's back to the original line. No gain on that one.
No gain on the play.
You know, Mike, what separates the really elite defensive edge players from everybody else is not only their ability to rush the passer. That's what everybody focuses on. But, man, the defensive ends that are good in the run game, those are the guys that never leave the field.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's low. And he looks to be a bit short of the line. And that is going to bring up 4th down.
A gain of 6 yards.
The initial reaction is, how does this quarterback not throw the ball past the 1st down line to gain to try to extend this drive? And the reality is, because they've already decided they're going to go for it on 4th down.
On comes the Packers punting team. The punt for the 2nd time, looking to pin the opponent back deep. And this one's going to land out of bounds as they'll mark it inside the 20. The Broncos offense ready to take over possession of the football. They'll begin on the ground with Harvey. A short gain up to the 20. Wayne Walker, the linebacker, on the tackle.
20-yard line. 2 yards on the pickup. It's 2nd and 8.
They'll come up on a 2nd down and 8. Now Nick's going to look to throw. The catch made there by Sutton. They'll get maybe 3 out of that one, and it's going to set up 3rd down.
A gain of 4 brings up 3rd and 4.
Throwing is Nix. Rolling to the left. Taking off. He'll try to get there.
Oh, Nix on the scramble.
And that's a great job defensively here on 3rd down. Not only taking away all the options down the field through the air, but when the quarterback decides to turn into a runner himself, they're able to converge and make the play and keep him short of the 1st down.
The Broncos bringing out their punter as they are forced to kick for the 6th time today. Yeah! And it'll be brought down. Short return. And they'll take over there. Jordan Love, the rest of the Packer offense, ready for their next possession. And he's had it going in the 1st half. Really had his way with the secondary. They have been powerless to stop him. Now, they're trying to keep it going. That is into the hands of Wicks. And he's down inside the 40-yard line. Can't ask for much more. 22 yards on the first play of the drive.
First down.
Now, this is the epitome of a really short throw and a really nice run after catch. And listen, for a quarterback, it all counts the same. You don't always have to throw the ball downfield to generate explosive plays, and these drag routes can be very, very effective.
And they'll get about half of what they needed. It's a pickup of 5 and sets up 2nd and 5.
At the 34-yard line.
On the handoff, this is Jacobs. And he'll get back to the line of scrimmage at best. Might have even lost a yard there.
Back's doing everything in his power to try to get that ball around the edge to the boundary, but just great pursuit there by this linebacker, staying with his angles, running through contact, and he makes the play behind the line.
From the gun, it's Love. This one just too far for the receiver, out in front of him. That one falls incomplete. Christian Watson, the intended receiver. And that's going to lead to a 4th down. Brandon McManus and the field goal unit come on. This one from 52 yards away. He is 2 for 2. That kick is good. And the Packers move out in front 20-17.
Job number 1 on this drive, find a way to get the lead. They, of course, would have loved to score a touchdown, Mike, but 3 points here, that's a pretty good consolation prize as it moves them out in front.
On the return, here comes Marvin Mims. He'll work his way across the 25-yard line. The Broncos offense ready to see what they can do with this next possession.
26-yard line.
On the give, it's Harvey. And a good job following his blockers. A gain of 7. It'll be 2nd down.
3-yard line. It's a gain of 7. Brings up 2nd and 3.
Here's Nix to throw. He runs with it. And he'll get beyond the marker before giving himself up. That's a first down.
I love this call, Mike. Second down and short. One of the best downs in football to take a shot. Give credit to the defense. They were ready for it. But a nice job by the quarterback, realizing there's nothing downfield. Take off, turn into a runner, pick up the first down.
Draw play here for Harvey. And that's the way you want to run it on first down. A gain of 7.
The 44-yard line. 8 yards on the pickup. Brings up 2nd and 2.
From the 44-yard line, here's 2nd and a couple. A run once more, that's Harvey. And he'll get about 4 out of that one. That should be enough to move the chains. It is. First down.
Yard gain on the play. That's good for a Broncos first down. 1st and 10 at the 49-yard line.
Again, it's Harvey. And they'll move this one down inside the 40-yard line. A pickup there of 13. First down, Broncos.
That's another Broncos first down.
And the running back's going to get all the stats and all the glory, but make no mistake about it, Mike, that was a great team effort on that run play. Everyone executing their blocking assignments to perfection. He's able to pick up a nice gain and a fresh set of downs.
And that one's just too long to get going. They'll come up and stop him before the lineman could get out to lead the way.
It's a really good job defensively. The key is you don't want your defensive linemen to overcommit to rushing the passer, and you don't want your linebackers in secondary dropping too deep defending the pass. In this case, all 3 levels played disciplined, good football with good vision. And that's why they're able to stop him for no gain.
That's swung out to Harvey. And nice work after the catch. He stopped a little short of the first down marker, but it is a pickup of 9. So we are through 3. You're watching the NFL on EA Sports. A big play looming here. They need to convert. It is 3rd and inches. They'll run the sneak, and he will have a Broncos first down. At least at first glance, they'll spot the football just beyond the marker, and they convert on 3rd and inches.
1st and 10 at the 28-yard line.
Throwing, Nix. That one incomplete.
You hear quarterback coaches say it all the time. Let's get our guy easy completions. Well, that falls certainly into that category, Mike, but when you fail to connect on those, it just ends up being a wasted down.
They'll try again here. 2nd and 10. Play action now. It's Nix. That one incomplete. Good job, textbook there, separating the man from the ball, and it'll bring up 3rd down.
Brings up 3rd down and 10.
What is the deal? Guys, we can do better.
He'll look to throw. He finds Mims. It's complete. And they continue to churn out first downs. What a drive. It continues now with 1st and goal.
And the Broncos first down. 1st down and goal to go.
That's a really important pickup there on that last completion. Not only does it set up 1st and goal, but allows everybody in the huddle to just take a deep breath. We're no longer in this frantic offensive possession. let's get our best play. Let's make sure everyone understands what to do because we know we need to finish this off with 6 if we can. And now being first and goal is going to go a long way in allowing that to be possible. The big guys in the middle of the defense, Mike, the defensive tackles. So often they're asked to do the dirty work. Keep the blockers off the linebackers. Let them run around and make all the plays. But in this case, this guy's able to shed his blocker, make the stop, and keep it to no gain.
He pulls it in around the 5. And they'll get about 4 out of this one. Run after the catch. Hard to come by down here. Here comes 3rd and goal. Here comes the blitz as he looks to throw. That one way too slow in developing. They rally to the ball, they get the man, and it's no gain.
No gain on the play.
That screen just never had a chance. Anytime the running back has the ball and he's making guys miss in the backfield, there's going to be no timing to the play. It just allows too much time for the rest of the defense in pursuit to get there, and in this case winds up as no gain.
And this one, right down the middle. It's good. That evens the score here in the 4th quarter.
And this is where it pays to have a kicker you can trust, Mike. I mean, this is as big a spot as there is. 4th quarter, what does he do? He comes out and he delivers to tie up this game.
Williams now to return. And he'll be brought down just beyond the 25-yard line. Josh Jacobs and the Packers offense heading back onto the field. And it's hard to believe you could run the ball a whole lot better than he has. The vision, the cutback ability, the acceleration, the stats. It has all been on display throughout. And they'll be set up now. Up past the 40 with that one. A gain of 14. Good for a quick first down.
This is just like recess, just playing one-on-one football and saying, all right, I'm throwing you the ball. You got to go get open. This is a great job by the receiver selling it at the top of his route. The defender thought he was defending a deep ball. He sticks his foot in the ground and comes back. Well-timed, well-executed, and a nice pickup.
After the catch, he gets that forward for a gain of 9.
It's a gain of 9. Brings up 2nd and a yard at the 50-yard line.
Ball right on the 50-yard line. Here's 2nd and a yard. Now Jacobs. And I don't think he got there. Wrapped up at the line of scrimmage, and now you're looking at 3rd down.
Patience is a great quality of a running back. You have to wait for holes and gaps to develop. But in this case, Mike, he just kept waiting, and nothing ended up happening. No gain.
On 3rd down, they go with Jacobs. And that is going to be good enough. He's got that first down. So conversion, and they move it to the 46-yard line.
That's good for a Packers first down.
Just a good, solid run here on 3rd down, tie game, 4th quarter. This is where you really need to be able to lean on that offensive line. They come through, and they're able to keep this drive alive.
They'll stay on the ground with Jacobs. He's going to be out of bounds inside the 40-yard line. A gain there of 10 yards. First down, Packers.
That's a heck of a run right here, Mike. Tie game, 4th quarter. Everything's on the line. Can you win in the trenches? Can the threat of that run continue to balance off the pass? And that's a big gain there as they try to go take this lead.
Quick throw here is complete. And they'll get about 4 here as he is taken down.
A gain of 5 brings up 2nd and 5 at the 31-yard line.
From the 31, here is 2nd and 5. From the gun, here comes Jacobs. And it's a big run down to for a Green Bay first down.
A gain of 21 yards. First down, Green Bay.
Watch the running back's patience here, Mike. He's slow, and then he hits it. That's the key here. If he goes too fast, their linemen aren't ready yet. Really well executed. Great run.
He'll be hit as he throws, and that one will wind up incomplete. Could not step into the throw that time. It'll bring up second down.
They got there in a hurry, didn't they, Mike? I mean, luckily for him, he saw that free rusher coming and at the very least was able to get that ball out to prevent the sack.
That is Musgrave, the man in motion. A second down throw for Love. Good coverage there in the end zone. That is incomplete. Terrific work. They separated the man from the football, and it'll bring up third down.
That was a perfectly timed hit, and I think it actually saved 6 points, Mike. He got there just as the ball did, and I think it was the contact that separated him from the ball.
Out of the shotgun, it's Love. He'll get this one out to Jacobs. And he's going nowhere. Met and dropped behind the line. And now it's fourth and goal.
It's almost like the defense knew the back was getting the ball there because from the moment the ball was snapped, there was a defender all over him, and he's able to bring him down for a loss.
For the Packer field goal. A 33-yard attempt.
And this one right down the middle. It's good. And they take the lead here in the fourth quarter.
And this has been such a tight game, but that's a big one right there. I mean, you need a kicker with confidence. Well, this guy, he fits the bill. He steps up and knocks it through to give his guys a lead here in the fourth quarter.
Very good kickoff. Returnable from the 4. And he's down at the 23, and that's where the offense will take over. Back onto the field comes the Denver offense. Operating from their own 23, they'll begin first and 10. From the shotgun, here's Nix. Left side, that's complete. It's Sutton. And he's got this up close to the 35-yard line. They'll get 11 there. And that's a quick first down.
First and 10.
As this game continues to come down to the wire, Mike, it just reminds us, this is where quarterbacks earn their keep. You are judged by how you play in these critical moments. In fourth quarter, down a score, it doesn't get much bigger than this.
Throw here down the field will fall incomplete.
Evan Ingram, incomplete. Keyshawn Nixon on the coverage.
Second and 10. Looking out of the gun, it's Nix. To the left side, into the hands of Franklin. He's going to be out of bounds inside the 40-yard line. That's good for 27 and a first down.
Nice job there, getting the ball to your slot receiver and then letting him get to work. It's a nice feeling as a quarterback when you can just have a short throw still result in a big game.
Nix now on first and 10. That's caught by Harvey. And he's out of bounds. Gain of 4. And it'll bring up second down.
Out of bounds at the 35-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now second and 6.
They'll go play action with Nix. Throw left side, but that's going to be incomplete.
Intended for Cortland Sutton. Incomplete. Brings up third down and 6 yards to go.
Big play coming up. This is third down. To throw is Nix. And this ball incomplete on third down.
One of the biggest differentiators for a lot of these defenders, Mike, is a lot of them can stay in tight coverage. But where the special guys separate themselves is what do they do once the ball is in the air? They almost turn into offensive players with their ability to track it, and this is a great example here why.
This one has plenty of leg, and it is good. That evens the score here in the fourth quarter. All even. Fourth quarter, everything we've wanted. What's in store in the remaining time? He's across the 20, taken down just shy of the 25. Josh Jacobs and the Packers offense heading back onto the field. So here's a 1st and 10 now. They'll start from the 24. They'll start on the ground with Jacobs. He'll struggle to get back to the line of scrimmage. Maybe gets a yard out of that one. It's 2nd down.
A gain of a yard brings up 2nd and 9.
Now Love. Looking middle there, but it's incomplete.
He's already been a little reckless with his decision-making up until this point, Mike, and now it almost backfires on him again. He has to do a better job of finding the matchups, finding the space on the field so everything is not a forced ball into these tight windows.
On third down, they'll set up to throw. And that is incomplete.
That is 3 plays and out. It's 4th down.
Packers set to kick this one away. Important punt here in this tie game late. Going to be brought down after a short return, and that's where his team will get possession of the football. The Broncos offense ready to come back out for this next possession. We're all even, fourth quarter, so every drive so important at this stage, and they'll start with 1st and 10. A throw over the middle going to be caught by Franklin, and they're going to work this down inside the 45. Terrific starter there. Gain of 15 and a 1st down.
Really no hesitation on the part of the quarterback, Mike. I mean, he knew where that open receiver was going to be based on his pre-snap read. The defense did nothing to alter that picture, and that's a great play to start this drive.
Handoff now for Harvey. And that one shut down pretty quickly. He'll get back to the line of scrimmage. Nothing more.
41. 1-yard gain brings up 2nd and 9.
They'll come up for 2nd and 9. On the bootleg, it's Nix. That's out to the flat, and it's complete. Oh, a nice open field tackle there. He could not get free. They're going to stop him for no gain.
Brings up 3rd down and 9.
2 minutes to play in regulation. Greg and I back on EA Sports after this. Now, a big 3rd down. They'll drop to throw. Oh, he can't get rid of it, and he's taken down. So, right out of the 2-minute break, we get a timeout used by the defense with 1:56 to go. Special teams on the field, ready for this punt. That's going to be out of bounds. Well judged and spotted right at the 10-yard line. Josh Jacobs and the Packers offense heading back onto the field. They'll run here. And that is really well read defensively. They get him down back at the 9-yard line.
Well, the defense gets a rare win. We've seen this ball carrier have his way on the ground pretty much all day today, Mike, and give credit to the defense. They were able to get back in the backfield with some penetration and bring him down for a loss.
They'll go with Jacobs. And they'll stop him. At least it's an improvement over the last play. They're not losing yardage, but they didn't gain any here. And now it's going to be 3rd down.
Well, they certainly didn't allow the loss on 1st down, Mike, to scare him out of this run game here on 2nd down. But now after taking a loss on 1st and 2nd, it puts him in a tough spot here coming up on 3rd down.
From the gun on 3rd down, it's Love. Now the Broncos going to use the first of their timeouts. Get the stoppage with just over 50 seconds to go in this one. We're all set to kick this one away as this drive quickly stalled out, so he's on to punch it away. And that's a nice job of getting to him, making sure that return was not going anywhere. The Broncos offense about ready to take over once more. They'll do so with 1st and 10. Now Nick's going to look to throw. He connects with Mims. And he'll be run out of bounds. That's a good gain on 1st down. They pick up 7 yards.
A 7-yard pickup brings up 2nd and 3.
Here's 2nd down and 3. Throwing is Nix. Now they'll set up the screen for Harvey. This one to be sniffed out, blown up in the backfield. Now a timeout, Denver. That's their 2nd. They stop it here with just under 40 seconds to go in the game.
Guys, dig deep.
Here's a big one. This 3rd down. They'll throw. It's Nix. He's got his man. He finds Sutton. That's a timeout for Green Bay. It'll be their 2nd. Clock will stop with 35 seconds to go.
A clutch throw here to keep their chances alive. Tie ball game as they approach midfield now. They've got to keep an eye on the clock. They've got to find a way to get this ball into field goal range, stop the clock, and see if your kicker can be a hero.
They'll stick to the ground. And he's taken down, and now they can take this all the way down, call the timeout, and set up the game-winning field goal try.
2nd and 6 at the Packers' 27-yard line.
Here's a 2nd and 6. Off the play fake, here's Nix. That's swung out to Harvey. And he can't get away. They rally to the football defensively. Bring him down for no gain.
A gain of a yard brings up 3rd and 5.
A lot riding on this play. Tie game, final minute, 3rd down. The Broncos going to signal for their 3rd and final timeout. They'll talk things over before 3rd down. Here comes Will Lutz in a big spot. This to win the game. This kick is good. And that very likely will be a game winner.
And that's just got to be a great feeling over on that sideline, Mike. I mean, an excellent job by this offense to give yourself a chance to win it. And then this kick. I mean, what's left to be said? It was never in doubt, and it's going to lead this team to a victory.
And no chance to return this one through the end zone for a touchback. Here we go. One final play. He'll let this one rip, looking for Watson. And penalty flags come in as it winds up incomplete, but no doubt there was contact there. So here comes Brandon McManus in a pressure situation. This one he's got to have. This one is good. Would you expect anything less from this game? We are going to get some more. Headed to overtime. Four quarters could not determine a winner. We get back underway here in overtime. This is fielded inside the 5. And it'll be brought down past the 25. Decent field position to start this drive. The Broncos offense getting those helmets back on, ready to head out for their next possession. Play action now. It's Nix. He'll take a shot with Mims. And this will be incomplete.
I love that they continue to stay aggressive here, Mike. And that route right there, we used to call it a big 8. It's a deep post route, but the ball placement isn't exactly where it needs to be, and that's a missed opportunity.
Second down. Nix. This one complete to Sutton. And he's going to be dropped after a pickup of about 5.
It's a gain of 5. Brings up 3rd and 5.
Backfield empties. 5 receivers in the formation for 3rd down and 5. Here's Nix to throw. He finds Mims. It's complete. He's going to be out of bounds inside the 40-yard line. They get the conversion in a big way. That's good for 29 yards.
1st and 10 at the 39-yard
Great pre-snap
line.
recognition here by the quarterback. He looks outside and sees man coverage, and he knows exactly where he's going to go with the ball. Now it's up to the receiver to create separation at the top of the route. Ball's on time, great placement, nice big pickup.
And he'll take this forward for about 3. It's 2nd down.
35-yard line. A gain of 4. It's now 2nd and 6.
Straight ahead goes Harvey. And he's bottled up after a gain of a yard.
Edgerrin Cooper on the stop. A gain of 2 on the play. Brings up 3rd and 4.
It's 3rd and 4. to throw is Nix. And that is incomplete.
And you can see the quarterback, he's looking up at the Jumbotron after that throw, Mike. He knows he just got away with one, and he's thinking, all right, what do I got to do to make an adjustment that it's not so close the next time?
Here comes Will Lutz in a big spot. This to get a leg up in the OT. This kick is good. He knocks it through. And they get the upper hand as they take the lead to start overtime.
Of course they would have loved to finish this with a touchdown, of course. But this is the next best thing. You come out here in overtime, you get the early lead going up by 3, and now you put it on your defense. Can they come up with one stop to win this football game?
Nice job by the return team as he takes it across the 30-yard line. The Packers offense ready to get back at it. On the ground, it's Jacobs to start the drive. And he'll be out of bounds on the other side of midfield at the 45. An ideal beginning to this drive. 24 on the first play.
There's two elements to a successful run play, and the key is having them aligned. The offensive line needs to block according to the play and create space, but the back has to hit that space at the appropriate time. And this is a clear example as to why it leads to big gains.
And they'll take this down inside the 35. Back-to-back, some nice runs. This one good for 11 and another first down.
A couple of explosive runs here to start the drive, and now you got to ask yourself, what's the counterpunch? I think as this defense continues to pack themselves in tight, this is a prime opportunity to try to take a big shot downfield.
That is Musgrave, the man in motion. On first down, it's Love. Short throw there, pulled in by Musgrave. And they bring him down inside the 25-yard line. Give him 10 more on that one. Just enough for another first down.
At the 24-yard line.
In motion goes Dobbs. They'll run the draw with Jacobs. What more could you ask for on first down? Nice run of 8, setting up second and short.
It's a gain of 8. Brings up second and
2. Once again, it's Jacobs. And I don't think he got that wrapped up at the line of scrimmage, and now you're looking at third down.
No gain on the play.
Back to the drawing board for this run game, Mike. The offensive coordinator and his staff, they have to do a better job giving plays, giving opportunities to their offense to find success on the ground. Because right now, they have no answers for this defense.
They'll run with Wilson. And the Packers are going to have a first and goal coming up. They find a way to convert on 3rd and 1.
5-yard gain on the play. That's good for the Packers.
Really just the same approach that an offense would take on a quarterback sneak, Mike. You don't necessarily have to spring them for a huge gain. Can you buy just enough space up front to pick up 1 yard? That's exactly what they did. Pick up the first down.
Nothing there. He is fortunate just to get back to the line. Now it's 2nd and goal.
Brings up 2nd and 9 at the Broncos' 9-yard line.
Here's Love. He'll keep this himself. And he's close to the goal line, but they're going to mark him short. Put him down at the 1.
Stop short of the goal line. A gain of 8 yards. And it's 3rd down.
They'll run with Jacobs. And he will take this one across into the end zone. Josh Jacobs. Touchdown, Packers. So, it's a win for Packers. They had to work for this one. All even through 4 quarters, able to get the breakthrough in overtime to come away with the victory. So, that'll just about do it for Greg Olsen and our entire team. I'm Mike Tirico. You've been watching the NFL on EA Sports. For more, log on to easports.com. With that, we say so long, everyone.